Let's spill the tea.
All right. Let's spill the tea.
In the Clairb. To me, getting to make my Broadway debut next to Des would probably be like top 3 moments of the past 2 years. Because we had been experiencing the lead up next to each other and we're so nervous with each other that it just made everything so much sweeter to get to walk out also with him and then to bow together and then to have our Broadway debut bows together. That was really sweet. What about you?
Tony's was really, really special. Like, if I'm ever feeling like emo, I'll pull that video up. I just, like, my eyes fill with tears because it felt like something that was, like, our secret for so long. And that was the first time that was like, whoa, other people see it too. And we get to share it with others. And I just get really emo thinking about it.
Similarly, Tony's, my grandpa actually passed away last year, and he passed away right around the Tonys. But before that, he got to see me in my put-in, and it just felt like, because this is family as well, the timing felt very kind of strange and supernatural, and I got to spend a lot of time with my family that week. And it was really beautiful to like celebrate his life, and then to then be able to like celebrate the Tonys with you all in like that same week. It just felt very whole.
Pass the mic. Pass the mic.
Last time you all 3 sat down here for a video, it was before 6 Tony Awards, 6 Drama Desk Awards, 2 Drama League Awards.
You better count them.
4 Outer Critics Circle Awards,
right now.
and a New York Drama Critics Circle Award, and a Dorian Theater Award. Thoughts?
That literally makes me have tears in my eyes.
It's really special because I think the actual doing of it and coming here every day hasn't changed at all with the list of awards that you just listed. All of those things felt like cherries on top, having already done it for like at that point 6 months or so, and then to like bring you into the fold. Like we had all of these amazing chapters already. Yeah, leading up to the Tonys, it was just more and more people kind of got on the train that was already chugging along. One thing when I hear all of those things, that is such a testament to the story that Will and Hugh wrote and wanted to bring to America and wanted more people to see. Like all of those awards are just because the story is so perfect. I feel like we all met maybe happy ending and we're like, well, it's obviously special. And I think that the awards reflected that because it just felt like affirming to see that other people agreed with how we felt about it already. Yes and no. I'll say the first part of reflection is happening because I'm unfortunately packing up my room right now, so I feel like I'm doing goodbye my room every day already. Okay, so the thing about leaving this show particularly and then doing it while you're leaving it is so much of the lyrics and the piece meets your feelings, which is also painful to like do maybe happy ending, the titular song, and to sing those words and to experience that sentiment. But it's nice to be experiencing that with 1,000 people who are also experiencing whatever grief that they're feeling or whatever kind of like reflection they want to have about life. We get to share in that all together. I feel like when you guys have that experience, it'll be so I can't wait to talk to you guys about this very rare feeling of doing Claire 8 times a week. It's a rare experience.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not only so few people will know what that's like, and then hopefully it will keep growing and more people will get to experience that. But it is a very strange feeling to sing Goodbye My Room while counting down my shows.
We're sad. No. If you couldn't tell, we're sad.
I feel like so much of being a standby is, at least for me, is like not messing everybody else up. It's about like how you can fit into the puzzle piece that is a Broadway show, like not screw any of the other departments up. It's like, how can I show up to do my job to fully embody this character and also make sure that I'm putting the suitcase here and over there, and like so much of it feels so mental. So I think the greatest gift you can get as a standby is reps. So I'm really excited to get the reps of like doing it 8 times a week so that I can figure those things out and for it to feel less like math. So much of this, like we talk about all the time, like there are so many difficult moments in the show that you can't make look difficult. For example, the circle and When You're in Love is literally so hard. You're in heels, you're like singing this very like exposed line in the show. You can't look down, but you're also like being like lit, and you can't, but you're kind of close to the edge of the stage, and you just kind of have to trust and do a big circle and not wobble around. Anyway, it's like
End of Rainy Day is hard.
yes.
Yes.
And I think like there's so much camaraderie in like, I can't wait to text you and be like, this was really hard on show.
I know.
Whatever.
Oh my God, thank God someone else gets it.
Because right now, like, what's so special, I think, about talking right now is like only 3 women in the world know the Claire track on Broadway.
This version, yeah.
Like, of Maybe Happy Ending, in New York.
Yeah.
And that's so special that we get to share that and hold that and like cherish that. I'm really excited to like get the reps to figure out who my Claire is more and more. Yeah.
Yeah, I think when you said we learn how to hold ourselves and this experience and the show, I feel like that's kind of the word that feels very fitting for the show and like this character. It can hold so much because it's such an emotional show, but also like broad. And I feel like Claire's journey in this show itself feels like it holds so much. It holds like the joy and the frustration and the hope and also the despair and also the light. And I'm really excited to have the opportunity to play with this palette of emotions and feel like safe in the time and the grounding of it, and not like you're going on once, and it's hard when you go on once and you're like, oh, I have all these notes in my head of things that I want to do and work on, and then you don't have an opportunity to go on the next day. And so it's exciting to then be able to like feel like you're going to have that opportunity. And also, like you said, like there are only 3 of us that know this specific track and this specific role in this production. That feels really special, that it's the 3 of us.
I'm like gonna cry.
But yeah, it's really special because I also feel like I've seen all of us kind of like be a part of the creation of this character and like this version of the show, which feels really special. It feels like whenever I get to step into the shoes of Claire, it's not just for myself, as an actor, or even for the audience, but like for us as 3 women together who know this experience and get to share that and for like a long period of time and explore that with the audience. So I'll say that I remember when I first started rehearsing as Claire, our wonderful stage manager, Justin, and also some of the team would be like, you're being too nice, you're being too friendly. And I was like, okay, I don't think I fully understood this until later on, which is she, from the very beginning, the way that it has to be is about her battery powering down. And so I think what people misunderstand is that Claire comes in with so much urgency and so much depth and complexity in like what she's experiencing and then what she's trying not to show and trying not to confront, that then plunges her into this like next whole journey and like is the motivating factor of why she decides to go. I discovered that while I was like playing with the character in the beginning and seeing how much the initial starting point for her emotionally just really carries her through the whole journey of the piece.
I feel very emotional, also specifically about us 3 being the 3 people who know this track first. I find that to be very special because I think when I first started auditioning for musical theater in general, I wouldn't have thought that we would be in a cast together. Or I don't know, I didn't know if there was room for how different people like us could be because of how other people perceive us. And obviously, we are such vastly different people, but there's a connective Venn diagram thing. We have our own connection to Claire in very different ways. And so I feel like I bring an your kind of a moment to Claire. As a person, I think I think about sometimes like the sadder, more dark elements about things, but not in a way that I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer, but I do think that like I have a more realist idea of life, and I think that that's how I relate to Claire the most. And have loved playing her because she's not sad about the fact that her battery is dying.
Right.
It just is true.
Right.
So yeah, that's my thought.
I feel like a common misconception for Claire is she does have like a resignation almost at the beginning. Like she starts with like this is the way that it has to be and it's always been and it will be forever. But I feel like what I love about this character is that she's so secretly open to change and open to her programming changing, because I feel like in the beginning when you start with like her owners, she's actually so open and like, this is how I'm programmed, I'm fun and I'm open, and it's because of a course of events that she becomes a little more hardened, and then it's through meeting Oliver that her programming changes again. And I think that's what's so beautiful about the way that her character is written and the way that we all get to play with it, because she's so fluid in how she interacts with the world, even though she seems like, well, this is the way it is and that exists, but also the other stuff exists, which is so interesting and cool.
I think Claire, because she's a robot, she's a Helpabot 5, there is an awareness to her, a self-awareness that I think kind of sets her apart with Oliver, right? But at the same time, the joy of living in the moment within the show and what happens in the show is also so part of her and deeply embedded in her character. And that's also something that I love about all of us as well, of like, we are smart and so aware and have these really like strong parts of ourselves, but at the same time I think that I feel very inspired because I see it all the time with you two, of like, we also just love to live in the joy of the moment and like take the moment for what it is and trying to not make it overanalyzed or anything. But I think that that's something that I definitely take away from Claire, and I see that in all of our takes too. So.
You can hold multiple things.
It's true.
So much. Before these past 2 years, I would have imagined and hoped that I would have been able to embody the kind of leader that I tried to be. And I think I saw that job of like doing that, and I felt weight about it, and I didn't believe that I could have held space the way that I have. I have loved to embody little sister energy with like Marcus and Des and Darren, and also big sister energy, and be such a student in this building and in this role and in this. I am leaving with a lot of gratitude about the people around me and having seen the best of humanity in this building. And I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of myself.
Yeah, you are.
Can I brag on Helen for a second? So I knew Helen J. Shen was a genius. It was like preview number like 2 or something. And something like lots changes during previews and rehearsals and things like that. And there just wasn't a remote preset or something like for the motel scene. And I watched Helen look around and be like, to turn on the TV. I'm in like the back of the house watching it. I'm like, that's genius. Like, that is such quick thinking. That is so smart. From then on, I was like, genius. Like, obviously as an artist, but then watching you lead this past year, 2 years, has been such a gift, because I have gotten to learn from you, be inspired by you every day. I just think the world of you, bro, and I just think you're so good in this part, and you just like are this is emo, sorry. I didn't mean to bring it down like that. I just think that I learned how to lead because I watched you lead with like grace and empathy and a strong sense of self, and also an openness to learn and grow, because we're just girls. We're just girls. I just had to put that on the internet.
Oh. No, I would not erase. Because I think the gift of hard things that you experience is the opportunity to soften when there's the option to harden and to callous. No shame in callousing, no shame in protecting your more tender areas. But yeah, I think I would want the wisdom that I got from even what I learned that was painful.
Yeah, I think that's what the pain makes the joy that much brighter. I feel like that's what makes life worth living, which is really hard. But I think that's why people in the audience come and cry and weep, because we've all felt it. And if you haven't felt it, then you will feel it. That's why we feel closer to each other. We are vulnerable and we can break and we will power down eventually, and that's why the moments when we're together making something beautiful together feel more special.
I agree.
I have loved every second, and it's just so complicated. It's so much muchness, so much everything.
Oh. I saw this memo and I was like, I'm just gonna be emo.